NyQuil chicken is apparently a thing on TikTok. And if you weren't already completely disgusted by the videos that we just showed, the FDA is telling you do not do this, right? The FDA is out with this new warning against exactly what you think it is. Chicken cooked in NyQuil.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Nerds New Bullying. Host Leroy, aka Kakarot, with my co-hosts.
All right. Yeah, this is Eli, aka Grindcore Jedi.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully people have been watching the show long enough to know that you are Grindcore Jedi. So yeah. Fun fact, since you said that you got that from no, you got Thrash Jaws from that Wu-Tang generator.
No, Thrash Jaws was actually that's from an old band name. We had a song called Jaws of Thrash. But
okay.
Wu-Tang, my Wu-Tang name is Drunken Savage or something, or Savage Genius or something Savage, which I
really
thought was
okay. Didn't know that. The reason I'm saying that because Donald Glover's birthday was yesterday, so yeah, Childish Gambino.
Oh,
which he got his
Childish
name
Gambino, yeah, the
got his
Wu-Tang
name from the Wu-Tang thing, yeah. So yeah, all right,
yeah.
So reason I started with Kakarot, I don't know if you can see this. This is not a paid promotion. I got this from Jamie Jenkins from Hello Black Man. Bought it from him. I did not do like a hookup. No, I support black business. So hopefully everybody else don't try to, do a hookup, anything like that. I went to him and asked him, I just wanted a shirt Goku colored. He knew exactly what I was talking about. Boom. So yeah, support him. He has his own podcast also. They probably streaming for us also. So back to you, Eli. You have a different location in the background.
Yes.
What's all that about?
I just moved. I'm in a new place. I'm in. I just got an alert that
we're live.
Comic Book Bullies is doing a streaming right now.
You should tune in.
I should tune in. No, I just moved, so this is the new location. I'm in a basement. I'm in like a dark, creepy cellar, like the Black Phone. You've seen the Black Phone yet? I'm like in one of them rooms and shit. You should have seen it before I painted in here. So yeah, so
was it like dripping blood or some shit?
It was just really dank and dank dungeon and shit. So, but hopefully this is just temporary. I don't know if I'm going to be on this wall. I might be over there, but I still got a bunch of crap I got to unpack. It's just all over the place. So hopefully next time you'll see all my accoutrements, all my collectibles and my man cave shit up on the walls and shit. Next time, depending how lazy I am when I get to it. I got all winter to unpack. I was like, I'm here. I don't got to fucking do shit now.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to be recording this shit next year, and all that shit is still going to be back. You'll be like, yeah, I got it next Christmas.
I haven't touched this shit in 5 years. What do I need it now?
Right.
That's the one thing about collecting shit. It's like, damn, I got all this crap. Now I got to move it. Like,
So that's like you got to do it while your mind's still on it. So trust me, I'm the biggest procrastinator on the planet, so I know. What we talking about? Okay, so we can get into the podcast. But appreciate you joining us, even though you have a busy schedule today. Appreciate you joining us. So
yeah.
Well, joining me is act like it's somebody else here. Yeah. Oh, you beautiful people out there joining us. Yes, we appreciate you joining us. So what we getting to? We're going to do a /food news /FDC warning. And
okay.
I can't believe I'm even doing this. So yes, this is a thing that the FDC made an official announcement on. I'm trying to see if I can find it. There it is. Okay. So everybody out there, do not, and I repeat, do not cook your food with NyQuil. Don't do that. They're so serious that the FDC actually.
What the fuck were they cooking? What the fuck was that?
Chicken. They're cooking chicken. That's chicken.
It looked like fucking avocados are like
avocado. Like if you had it before then, it's
cat
okay,
turds or something. Like,
right? But no, it's apparently chicken.
These cat turds taste like shit. I'm gonna fucking put NyQuil on it.
Just feed it to you, stuff like that. It's weird that we live in a world where we have to even say stuff like that. Like, don't do that, because the FTC was saying like even cooking the chicken with NyQuil could kill you. You don't even have to eat it; just smelling it could kill you. So it's the weirdest thing that we're there, because the thing is, the reason people are doing that because it became a TikTok challenge to cook NyQuil with your food. So people just do anything to just TikTok say. Now I do want to let everybody know that don't blame us for this shit, because we weren't the ones eating Tide Pods 10 years ago. That was the dumbasses younger than us doing that shit. So that's not our fault. But we do have to take responsibility back, because there was some stupid shit that we did do in our time.
What did we do? Well,
okay. What not me personally. You may have done it. I didn't do this, so I don't want to incriminate myself on this. But we all know what happened back then. Okay. So speaking of NyQuil, speaking of cough syrup, we do know there was a time when we were, having fun, that we would take cough syrup, and not us, not me. I didn't do it. But take cough syrup and mix it into your drink, your Sprite, your fruit punch. You put a Jolly Rancher in. You didn't do that? I'm not saying
I never even heard of that shit.
You never heard of that?
No.
So you never heard of lean? Scissor?
Oh, I've heard of that.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Sip in on some scissor. That's what the song is. Matter of fact, I saw it. The song became so big. I saw ESPN do a documentary on it, or a special on it, because so many like athletes were drinking lean and scissor, and they're actually telling you how to make the shit. Like, first you take a Jolly Rancher or Starburst, and then you take Robitussin. Like, okay, write this shit down. Like, don't do that. That's how you get these kids fucked up. But yes, the shit became big. So yes, we blaming kids for cooking chicken with NyQuil, but we were sipping on some scissor. And the fucked up part about it, people were dancing to this song, didn't even know what the song was about. So
I know Whippets and what other dumb shit did we do? Shit like that, Whippets. I don't know if you know what a whippet was.
I don't know what a whippet was. It's a lot of weird
it's like
shit.
Those, what's that? Those little canisters that were in like whipped cream, like Ready Whip, those like compression canisters.
Okay.
And they had this like attachment, and you can like inhale it, and you get fucked up for like 10 seconds.
Okay. Did not know about that. Yeah.
Hey,
we already know who this is.
This is
Jake. This is Jake.
Jake, what up, Jakey?
I don't know why Jake does a show like some kind of glitch or something like that. Jake, did you piss off Zuckerberg or something? No, NyQuil is not the best. Best for what? Yes, for curing symptoms. If you have a headache.
I'm partial to DayQuil.
DayQuil will make you just as sleepy as NyQuil. Because here's the thing: I was driving to college one time, and I'm thinking, okay, since it's DayQuil, maybe they won't be drowsy. I was just as drowsy drinking DayQuil. I woke up, I was on the other side of the road. Well, not drinking it while I was driving, but
sipping on NyQuil and juice.
Sipping on some scissor. You mean glue doesn't go with the hair? Yeah, stay away from glue also. Yeah. Can we get a make a lean export? No. I'm so glad we're done with that lean thing with no more lean. Because the thing, rappers kept rapping about lean and ended up dying and kept talking about it. You had DJ Screw died from it. Pimp C from UJK died from it. All from lean. It was other rappers from it also. So yeah, I'm glad it's a thing that went and gone away. But this NyQuil shit, yeah, don't use any kind of cough syrup to cook with. How about no Robitussin, no NyQuil, no DayQuil? What else? It was some other shit also.
Tussin, just the generic Tussin.
Yeah, none of that. Don't put any of that in your food. So that's our food news for today. And yes, there's a real FDC article out about this. They posted this like, don't do that shit. So yeah, that's how crazy we are. All right, so Eli, I was gonna go next, but I think I'm gonna let you go next.
Am I going next?
Yeah, you're gonna go next. Because you saw a show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna start with that. Now I was gonna make this like the header of the show, and I actually had it as the header and took it off because I didn't ask you ahead of time. Did you watch it or not? But
I thought you were gonna do are we not doing your subject first? Or is this segueing into your subject?
We're gonna segue.
Okay.
Yeah. Into my shit. Yeah, you're gonna go first, and then we're gonna segue into that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What you like I said, you watched the show, but I'm gonna let you go from there.
I watched Andor. And you did not. Am I right?
I didn't. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Well, you didn't. You are one of the few people that did not like Rogue One, right?
I didn't like Rogue One, and I specifically didn't like him.
So yeah. So if you don't like Rogue One, you probably ain't gonna like this. I thought the show was okay. Now, before the internet, starts sticking their fist up my ass, like, what the fuck?
Cancel Eli.
I'm not saying it sucked. I'm just saying maybe I needed to pay a little bit more attention. I was moving all week. So I watched like the first episode once, and then I had to do some shit. So that first episode, I was like, that's it. So then I watched the next episode, and I fell asleep because I've been moving.
They're not 30-minute episodes like She-Hulk, are they?
No, they are they're about a half hour, 40-minute-ish, 40 minutes, but like 15 minutes of it is credits. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. It's Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So,
so I had to like rewatch episode 2, and then episode 3 is where it kind of picks up, and I'm like, okay, I get what it is now. But I was not like, oh, this is awesome. Like, oh, it was perfectly fine. Like everything Disney does. It's perfect. It's a perfectly fine, serviceable show.
You were entertained while it was on.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
I do like that it is darker. It has that same tone as Rogue One, where it's like darker and grittier. The action is less stylized. It's more like a Bourne movie, like a Jason Bourne movie, where it's like really quick cuts, and it's not like flashy like most Star Wars movies. The action is is what sells it. It's the anti Star Trek. Star Trek has the shittiest action scenes ever filmed. But Star Wars, might be
like
dumb.
They still it on the action, right?
Yeah. Star Wars might be dumb in the science fiction department, but the action scenes are dope.
Like how do lightsabers work? It don't matter. It looks cool.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Explosives in space? Who gives a shit?
Right.
But this action was more gritty and like sort of jarring. And it's more of like it reminded me of like a Jason, like a spy espionage. Kind of reminded me of Children of Men. I don't know if you've seen Children of Men. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, it starts. The first two are really going back into his like Andor's like origin of when he was a kid, and they're like bringing in like flashbacks of where he came from, and that's sort of a mystery, because his planet. So there's like this conspiracy thing going on, something that the Empire did to his planet, some sort of bio outbreak or something where everybody died. Like there was like a mining planet where he was from, that he was on this planet, and they were mining something, but then everybody died of like some toxin or something. So only the kids survived. So like at the first couple episodes, he's like just him and all the kids of the planet are fending for
like
themselves.
The Lost Boys or something, but
or the Lord of the Rings, or not Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies. That's actually what I meant. I meant Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, kind of like that, like Lord of the Flies. And then he gets like picked up by these like junk dealers or whatever, and he's kind of raised by these like renegade junk dealers. And then he basically grows up to be some sort of kind of a criminal, I guess. He's like dealing illegal black market tech. He's on some junk planet selling black market technology, so he's laying low underneath the radar of the Empire. He's like a fugitive and shit because he killed some like space cops and shit. And he's kind of laying low, and then he ends up meeting somebody who's part of the rebellion in episode 3, and that's where like, oh, he's going to be part of the rebellion and join that's what the show is, him joining the Rebel Alliance. That's what this show is going to be.
Basically how he got recruited in. Okay.
Yeah. So the first 3 episodes of he's just like wandering aimlessly, doing some dirty dirt thug shit on some, you know, outlaw planets. And yeah. And he ends up meeting the contact for the Rebel Alliance in episode 3. So that's where we go from here. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay. It was less like flashy Star Wars and more gritty, like espionage, James Bond. Not really James Bondish. I mean, James Bond gets really flashy and the big sets and stuff. This is like more raw, you know. So, and then it's a dark, more edgy tone, you know.
Let's see. How many? Yeah, I was actually about to ask the question.
I think there's like 10 or 12 or something.
Okay, so it's a meaty show. That's why. I guess that's why they dropped 3 at one time. Because if it's just 6 episodes, why drop 3 when it's going to be over with before you even?
Spoilers: Vader has not shown up yet. I have not seen Vader. There's no stormtroopers. It's like nothing. It's you don't even know you're watching a Star Wars story. You know, there's like no stormtroopers. Even the ships, there's like no recognizable ships. There's no TIE fighters. There's no. You know, no, like even the droids are like crappy. I think there was like a Gonk droid at one point, but there's no recognizable droids, no R2 units. There is a droid that he has, but it's like a little boxy, you know, like a Wally type of, you know. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was okay. I wasn't particularly like wowed by it, you know, but I am intrigued that it feels like a more grittier tone. You know, it's more into the Rogue One is where it's like they're really showing like the, you know, how the Empire affects, you know, the non-heroes, you know, because the movies are all about the heroes and all their shit that they get to do. They're in the spotlight. This showcases, you know,
people just living their lives and how they affect
the 99%. Yes. I mean, yeah, there's a strong sense of fascism and the people resisting fascism. I mean, which is a very timely subject right now. What we have going on in Iran and Ukraine, and South America, Asia, all over the world. There's like fascism all over the world and people rising up against it. You know, it's sort of a timely issue right now. So yeah, I mean, that's there. So it is woke. It is woke. For those who want to bitch about, you know, I keep politics out of stuff.
All they want to know is a white guy at lead. That's all they want to know.
Yeah. Well, he's not. He's Mexican.
Uh-oh. There you go.
That dude's Mexican, and he's got a thick. I had to turn on the subtitles because he's got a thick ass.
Mexicans in space? What? Let me stop before I get canceled, but still. Yeah. But interesting. That does sound interesting. Of course, they're gonna have a spin to it. Because the thing is with Star Wars, like it's not necessarily like the history of Star Wars hasn't been woke, but what they'll do is that they'll have like timeless stories, you know, that just repeats themselves to it, like evil dictators taking over. That's we can always point to something recently that happened, but that shit has happened all throughout civilization.
Yeah,
you know, that's basically the time the story they're telling. Like, yes, this shit will happen again. So
I mean, it's
even
happened,
this story,
you know, rights are being, you know, basic rights are being taken away in this country.
Right. You know, and that's not something new. I mean, hell, this country was founding on people getting their rights taken away from, you know, they wouldn't get away from that shit. So everything old is new again. It's nothing's new under the sun, and every other cliche you can think of.
So yeah, there's that strong sense of, you know, the rebellion, you know, let's, you know, fuck you. I won't do what you tell me. That type of thing, you know? So yeah.
Interesting. So, all right. Let's see what other comments we got here. Go to the colors.
History repeats
itself. Yeah. Like I said, that's all Star Wars is. It's telling just these timeless stories that always happen. Because yes, we always make it seem like it's real. Because let's take the old Star Wars, the OG trilogy. And it was a commentary on the Vietnam War. And then we talk about the prequels, and it was a commentary on Gulf War. Yeah. But it was the same shit. You know, one was talking about, you know, this, one talking about, you know, Bush administration.
I mean, we're referencing Nazis. They're all stormtroopers.
Right.
They were called stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't being subtle with this shit. Vig, what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Alicia Jones supposed to show up in the movie. Oh, I hope so. Now that would make me interested.
I don't know. I don't know. This takes place 5 years before all the events of Rogue One.
They didn't know each other. They didn't. They met each other.
Yeah,
so
it
wouldn't.
Like, she was doing time. It'd be cool to like, because that's what I think. You know, if there's one gripe I had about Rogue One, and I love Rogue One, is that we should have gotten at least something with what's her name, Jyn Erso. We should have got some scene of her doing some dirt. You know, we just see her as a kid, and then all of a sudden she's in jail. Sky, close the door. That's my kid.
And she's like, I'm a rebel. Like, what are you rebelling against? What do you got? You know?
Yeah.
But,
I mean, we should have got like a scene of her robbing a bank or whatever, robbing something or doing some job that ended up her in jail. That would have been a cool like intro scene, you know. And then she gets. Go ahead.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I feel like she would be forced if she's in the show.
Yeah.
Because they already established they don't know each other. So I feel like they would be shoehorning her if she were to show up. Not saying I don't like the character, it's just that I don't think she should show up in here because it would kind of throw you like, wait, what are we doing? So we don't need to like fit everything and make everything connect. Just make it his story, make it alone, like you said.
Vader in the Obi-Wan show.
Right, just showing her like, wait, what? Like, no, just tell. If you're telling the Andor story, tell an Andor story.
Yeah, Vader did not need to be in Obi-Wan. I don't give a shit what anybody.
He really did. They could have just made up some other evil, asshole Sith Lords. Having Obi-Wan kill him. No, they had to make them fight. Like,
again, and get his ass whooped again. Like, damn, Vader's just a bitch getting his ass whipped all the time.
Right. Round 3, fight. Like, come on.
Last time I was just a learner. The time before that, I was just a learner. And the time before that, it's like how many times he whooped his ass.
Right. Well, 2 out of 3. Let's go.
The fine, Vader, just kill me. But yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
I was saying, so can we transition? Because you actually gave us a good
segue.
Oh,
Vader, yes.
Yep, you gave us a good transition on that one. So, like I said, since we are going to talk about Darth Vader, not with the Andor show, but pertaining to, for people that haven't heard, that James Earl Jones has retired from the role of Darth Vader. So you're asking, why is he retiring from the role of Darth Vader? Well, he's like 91. I think it's time for him to retire. Yeah, he's like old as shit.
He's like Yoda old and shit.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So what for people that haven't been keeping up with the story, what has happened is that basically James Earl Jones signed over the rights to his voice to Lucasfilms to use his voice however they see fit. So
yeah, they have like some computer program where he records his voice and they can like synthesize his voice like artificially, like make his voice.
It's called Respeecher. They're actually based out of Ukraine. They actually had to like shut down because they were getting invaded for a while. Yeah. So gotta move on to how long has he been
since what?
Since day one. Since day one.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. The body of Darth Vader was David Prowse. Prowse, whatever his name was. Okay.
Prowse, yeah.
He was doing the voice first because they showed like some behind the scenes. I know you've seen it before, stuff like that. It was terrible. You're a spy and a part of the rebellion. Take her away. Like, no, man, you don't fit that voice, man. Like,
he sounded like Shrek.
Right. Because he was like big as fuck. Coming like,
yeah.
Now I am a learner, Obi-Wan. Like, no, man, get somebody else in there. So that's where they got.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Like, no, man, you are terrible. So that's when they got James Earl Jones in. So the iconic voice of James Earl Jones has been the voice. It's either been James Earl Jones or it's been somebody doing their best James Earl Jones impression. I mean, like anybody that's not in the Star Wars movie, like
because I don't know
cartoons and
they must have did it because he was in Obi-Wan and he had lines. But the last time James Earl Jones recorded was for
Rogue One,
Rise of Skywalker. No, he did because he had those lines and there's a couple of Vader lines.
Oh yeah. They stuck that shit in there. Okay,
so that was the last time he recorded like dialogue for Vader.
Right. I'm glad you brought up Obi-Wan because that wasn't him in Obi-Wan. That was that Respeecher thing. That was a Respeecher thing, and that was a voice. Because the thing is, like, if you go back and listen to him in Rogue One, and that was him in Rogue One, his voice sounded really weak, really, but they're like, even though he still looked like Vader because it's Vader, but you could tell like he didn't have that presence anymore. Because, like I said, he's 90-something. So, and you listen to Obi-Wan, and he does sound like he did back then. Like, hold up, man. Did he improve his voice like that? No, that was the Respeecher thing. And it wasn't, and that wasn't the first time they've done it either. That's what they did with Luke also I think in Mandalorian and both in the show, the Bounty Hunter show. Boba Fett. That wasn't him. Matter of fact, Mark Hamill was nowhere near that. That wasn't his voice, wasn't his body, wasn't his face. Completely different guy. They used Reese Beecher to do that stuff. So they did the same thing with James Earl Jones in that. So Reese Beecher, and the thing is, I think what they want to do is that they don't want to maybe have to pay him every time. You know, we want to use your voice for this, we use your voice for that. If you just sign over the rights, it's done. They can just use it and just do what they want to. And the thing about Star Wars, that every actor that has been with Star Wars signed over their rights when they work with Star Wars, like Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. So they own Harrison Ford's likeness. They had to do that back in the 70s when they first signed on with that shit.
Oh yeah, to make the merchandise and the toys.
They wanted to make the merchandise.
That, yeah.
So that was part of the deal to sign a contract to get onto the movie. We got it. Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, we have to use your likeness. You know.
Mark Hamill? Yeah, Mark Hamill,
yeah. I think he's talking about James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones,
who also did a whole bunch of voices.
Mustafa from
Mustafa. He did some other ones too. You know what you're hearing.
Wasn't he in Meteor Man?
Was he?
I think
at that time, like every black actor was a Meteor Man. So it seemed really shady. It is really shady, but that's the price of doing business.
And I guess James Earl Jones actually gave his endorsement for this time, unlike Leia, or when they did Leia's young face in Rogue One, or Tarkin. Peter Cushing has passed away, and they redigitized his face on the Tarkin.
Right, and people said they shouldn't have done that, but they own the likeness of Tarkin, so they can do that.
But this time, James Earl Jones actually gave them permission. Like, I'm done. Use my voice for Vader. You know, yes.
Yeah. So, God forbid he passes. That means they're going to be using Darth Vader's voice long past we're gone. Because they can do that now, because they own the rights to it.
Same thing with Chewbacca. I mean, that was made from a bunch of animal noises anyways. But
right. So it's not like they had to copyright it. They just did that. They probably like a sound effect somewhere in Lucasfilm. So that's what they did with that. So like I said, it's the price of doing business. It's not just that. You're going to see lots of companies doing stuff like that where they're going to ask people to sign on the rights. Basically, they're doing with James Earl Jones. People want them to do with Chadwick Boseman. I didn't want them to do it, but like maybe digitize him and make him Black Panther 2 or something like that. Like, nah, don't do that. But you're going to get people doing that. They wanted to do this with Stan Lee. Matter of fact, I think they might even worked out a deal with Stan Lee to do that. I think we talked about this about a year ago, where they wanted to basically dig up Stan Lee from the grave digitally and do this. But the thing is, Marvel can't do that because they actually don't own the rights to Stan Lee. And so his own company owns it. But yeah, it's weird. So you're gonna get a lot of companies doing this stuff right now. So like I said, if they wanted to, they could bring back digital Carrie Fisher and put her in another movie if they wanted to. I'm pretty sure they won't, because I think it's bad taste, to just.
Well, they kind of did for Rise of Skywalker. They used, it wasn't digital. It was like unused footage that they just sort of sandwiched.
No, it was digital, because they had the scene where she was young.
Oh yeah,
they use her daughter. So use her daughter, digitize her face, and then had her fighting in. So they technically did do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's business. It's business. What do you expect?
All for our entertainment. And we're just going to bitch about it. This sucks. That CGI sucked. Fuck this.
Right. And that's the only reason we complain about it, because we know about it. Because honestly, like, you just listening to, only reason it took me out of Obi-Wan, because it sounded too much like James Earl Jones. I'm like, hold up. I know damn well James Earl Jones' voice still don't sound like that anymore. And he's like 90 something. So it took me out because it was too perfect. So I don't know. What do we talk about that? Oh, since you talk about Andor, I gotta talk about this. We're gonna talk about She-Hulk briefly. Don't click off, everybody. I know every time we talk about Marvel shit, everybody want to click off, but I want to just say one thing about She-Hulk. I know everybody is asking, where is he? You're watching the show and you're mad. Where is he? So I'm gonna tell you, where is he? Okay. He's not going to be on the next episode. So before you start bitching and complaining, stuff like that, he won't be on the next episode. He's going to be on episode 8. My network of Ninja have relayed this back to me, so I know when he's going to show up. So watch it.
The after credit scene.
No, I think it's going to be his show. I think it'll be a Daredevil show where they show up and blah 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 and do what the fuck ever, even though it's only 9 episodes left. So yeah, so episode 7 is going to be some other shit. She's going to be at a family reunion or whatever. I don't know what the fuck she's going to be doing, whatever the hell she does. But don't expect Daredevil in the next episode. So before you start bitching, I warned you. He ain't gonna be there. So don't get mad because you're watching the She-Hulk show has She-Hulk in it. You know, I don't know what else you're expecting. You know, too much She-Hulk in my She-Hulk.
This show sucks. I'm on episode 5. I hate this show.
Right. Like, why? So I just want to just throw that out there. Oh, you're up again. Okay.
Yeah.
We're tag teaming. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah.
I don't even know what this is. You just said boom.
You know what? I don't know what it is either.
Okay. I'm glad I put it up there.
The other day online, John Carpenter, his site or whatever, his Twitter account just said it was just a little quick video, like 10 seconds or whatever. It just said coming soon. And it shows John Carpenter sitting down in a movie theater, and then the lights go out, and then you hear Godzilla's roar. And that's it. And it just says coming soon. That's all it is. People are speculating it's Scream Factory, which is that one company that puts out like retro horror movies and really dives into horror classics and, you know, does the really cool collector's editions of, you know, old school horror movies. You know, they put out the Jason box set. They put out the Michael Myers box set. They go into all these obscure horror movies and, you know, put out collector's editions on Blu-ray and whatever. But they've just now gotten a streaming channel now too, where they're playing retro horror movies and shit. And they suspect, or people are theorizing, that John Carpenter is going to host some sort of monster show. That's about it. Because like I said, that's all it is. It's him sitting down in a movie theater, the lights go out, and then you hear Godzilla's roar. And then it just says coming soon. That's all. That's all we know. So, yeah. I mean, I'll watch John Carpenter host monster movies.
Okay. So
no, he hasn't directed a movie since that was it The Ward? The one that had what's her face? The fuck's her name? Amber Johnny Depp's ex. What the fuck's her name?
Amber Heard?
Amber Heard. Yeah, she was in that movie. The Ward. It was all right, but that came out like what in 2010, like around 10 years ago. He hasn't directed in a long time.
He's probably sitting back making residuals and you know, royalties.
He's doing music. He's done music. He's done the soundtrack for. He scored the last few Halloween movies. He's
right. So that Halloween did it.
Yeah,
that's him.
He wrote that theme song. He actually went on tour like a few years ago. I missed him. I wanted to go so bad. He actually played here. I wanted to go see him. I didn't get a chance to, but he went on tour. Took a band and was playing his theme songs live, which looked pretty cool. But no, he hasn't been directed in a while. He's just sort of I know he's a big gamer. He loves video games.
Oh, so he's gonna do his show. You think he's gonna do his show on Twitch?
Maybe.
I'll tune into that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so all right. So yeah, I was asking what it was. I didn't know you just dropped it. Boom.
I was like it got all the horror community like went, wow, what's he doing? Oh my god, because it's John Carpenter. He's probably the best horror director of ever. Mm-hmm. And so if he's doing something, everyone's like, what is he doing? You know, so
hell, one of the inventors of the slasher movie. So
yeah, pretty much.
Unless you want to go say Alfred Hitchcock. I mean, if you want to go that far, you know.
Yeah, that's debatable.
It's debatable.
Psycho, Texas Chainsaw, Black Christmas, but yes.
Yeah.
But the formula, he perfected the formula with Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. So next one. Now this one actually is some stuff that happened last week, but I didn't believe it, so I ignored it. But apparently there's some hacker that released like 90 images of Grand Theft Auto 6 online. And I thought it was fake until Rockstar themselves put out a message saying, we apologize for the leaks getting out. So those leaks were real. I was like, damn. Matter of fact, I'll even show you one of the pictures. I mean, this is one of them. Like, that's Pulp Fiction. If anybody didn't get that joke, but yeah, I'm not gonna show any footage of Grand Theft Auto 6. I want to get booed or anything like that. Plus, I want to be surprised. I mean, people are, I guess, upset. People are sort of saying, like, from what I did see, people are complaining about the graphics on Grand Theft Auto 6. They were saying, "Oh, the graphics don't look bleeding edge, don't look realistic." And like, I don't think it's supposed to. It's Grand Theft Auto. Like Grand Theft Auto's never been known for its graphics. It's been known for its gameplay, all the stuff you can do, and plus you just make it like too ultra realistic.
It's a driving game. It's
driving.
Started out as mainly a driving game.
Driving game. Well, you did run over people and shoot people and shit like that. You know, but you can still do that. You know. Oh, those leaks look absolute terrible. Yep, there you go. See, that's the same. Now, honestly, I didn't think they looked that bad. It looked like Grand Theft Auto. Like you look at it like, okay, it's Grand Theft Auto. You know. So I'm fine with the way it looks. I'm pretty sure it's going to be way more expansion. You could do more stuff with it. I'm excited for it. Look, it doesn't matter. It gets leaked now or it gets released later on. It's going to be the biggest thing ever when it comes out. Like I said, the last Grand Theft Auto did in-game numbers that weekend. So we already know what Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be. And people been waiting over 10 years, you know, for the game to come out. So
I'm surprised, like they only have 6. That's like, wow.
Well, because it takes so long for the games to come out. They've been like Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I think, like in 2013.
Yeah, it's
like
that was a while ago. Yeah,
on the PS3. It came out on the PS3. That's how long ago that game was, and they keep releasing it over and over and over again. And you know what, Eli? I bought it every single time. I've probably bought. I'm telling you how many times I bought a Grand Theft Auto 5. I bought on PS3, bought on PS4, bought on an Xbox 360. Bought on the Xbox One, because I had friends on both systems, so I had to play it. I had to buy it on both systems. Bought it on Steam, got it for free on Epic, so that doesn't count. And I think that's where I'm at right now. See, I bought that game so many times. Like I said, if I was on a desert island and I had one game to get, it would be Grand Theft Auto 5. That would be the game, because you can do so much stuff on it. If I want, I can just play golf on it. I ain't got to run over people and shoot people in the supermarket. I can just play golf. I can play bowling. You know, at least they're getting away from that GTA Online. Oh, right, but no, they're coming back with that. The GTA Online ain't going nowhere. They could probably update that shit, whatever they're gonna do with that. So yeah, so I'm excited for Grand Theft Auto 6 whenever it comes out. They didn't give a date. They don't know when it's gonna come out. I briefly looked at the leaks, but I didn't like stare at them all the time because I didn't want to spoil myself. You know, and it did catch the guy that did it. It was a 17-year-old from London that did it. just being an asshole. So yeah. And I think that's it. Yeah. Let me say, can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's Comic Book Bullies, where we talk about the comic books, and we're just gonna jump into it. Eli, you have more books than I do, so I'm gonna let you jump into it. I got 3. I should have told you what I did, but I didn't tell you what I did. So I'll surprise you.
I guess I will do Nightwing.
Okay.
Nightwing number 96.
I saw the Brady Bunch cover. I'm like,
what's going on with that? Those clever covers that they do. So Tom Taylor, y'all. So this is kind of like the finale of that story where Blockbuster is fucking up Bloodhaven. Last issue, it was revealed in the fight. There's like basically Blockbuster. That's his name, right? Not
yeah, Blockbuster. Yeah, I know you said something Blackhead, or so I can't remember what you said last time.
Blockhead. Yeah, last issue, Blockbuster's crew was going around fucking up Bloodhaven. Dick and the Teen Titans and Batgirl, they went out on a counter strike and is fighting back. This led to like a big final showdown between Dick and Blockbuster. And in the fight, Dick got his mask fell off.
Uh-oh.
And Blockbuster said, "Oh my God, you're Dick Grayson."
How did Blockbuster know who Dick Grayson was?
Well, because Dick Grayson's been donating all his money to everything.
Oh, because he's a billionaire. That's right.
Yeah, he's a billionaire now. He's been like, giving his money to the people and trying to clean up the city. And yeah, so yeah, Dick Grayson had a hit. He put out a hit on Dick Grayson. Blockbuster did. So this is basically the final fight. They're talking shit to each other. No one's gonna remember you. I get to kill both my enemies with one guy or whatever. And Dick is like, "Fuck you. You ain't gonna kick my ass." They're talking shit as I'm here to clean up the city. That people are tired of you and all this shit. And they're in a library. They're fighting in a library. It's on fire because Blockbuster's crew has been just basically destroying the city. The Teen Titans are fighting back. And then the people, like the people from the city, just show up and are like helping put out the fires. So like the people are going and actually helping, sort of stop this whole crime wave that's going on. The people are rising up, and that's where Dick is saying, "See, the people are sick of you. They don't want you. They don't want your corruption. They're sick of the corruption, the crime, and all this shit." And then he hits them. Is this funny? Is that no? It isn't this. There's a panel where he hits Blockbuster because they're in a library. He hits Blockbuster with a copy of Moby Dick. I get it, Dick.
Right.
Symbolism. Deep. So it basically kicks their ass, and Blockbuster escapes. And at the end, Blockbuster, like, there's that guy, Heartless or whatever, that serial killer that's ripping out everybody's heart, and like keeps hearts in his lab. And then when he
was
dies,
he like teaming up with Blockbuster? Or?
Yeah, he was like basically saying, "I'm here to take over this city," and but Blockbuster beat the shit out of him in one of the episodes or one of the other issues, but he doesn't die because he has all these other hearts. So he shows up, this Heartless guy shows up at the end, and Blockbuster's like, "I thought I killed you." He's like, "Oh yeah, you did, but you can't kill me because and then he has he's got this machine that like rips people's hearts out, but for Blockbuster, he built this new one because he's so big that it just like basically vacuums his heart right out of his chest.
Oh, damn. So Blockbuster's dead.
Yeah. And then the Heartless guy says, "Yep, I'm taking over the city now." So that's where it ends. Oh yeah. Then there's this thing where Batgirl and Nightwing are official now. They're basically, we're going to be a thing. We are officially going to be a boyfriend and girlfriend, because
even though they've been off and on for like
we've
decades.
We've been off and on. Will they, won't they, all that shit all the time. No, we're finally going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. And she even says, you can do what you want. You're not Batman, who's always indecisive and keeps pushing people away and all this shit. You deserve to be happy. Are you worried about me dying? He's like, "Yeah, I'm always going to worry about you dying." He's like, "Well, likewise, but you know what, Dick? If there's anybody I'm going to die for, it'd be you." And I thought, "Oh, that's kind of cute."
Okay.
So they're official now. So Babs and Dick Bab, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the internet will come up with something too.
So 4 out of 5. It's still cool. Yeah.
Tom Taylor. That will not be the only Tom Taylor book we do today. Yep, we got another one coming.
Did I miss one?
Let me see. But I'm not going to do that one right now. I got another one I'm going to do. Next book I'm going to do is, let's see, what is this? Damn. Okay, so the next book I'm going to do, the first book I'm going to do is Judgment Day. There you go. Judgment Day number 5, X body spray, whatever this is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just did this book last week. Marvel is ready to get this shit over with because they just dropped that book as soon as possible. Like, let's just go. Dick Bab, couple names. Yeah, let's do Dick Bab.
Bab Dick.
I don't know if I like. Yeah, Bab. I don't like Bab Dick either. It's like, where are you sticking the dick in your Bab? Like,
Barb Dick.
Dick
Barb.
No matter what you say, you're gonna get banned. So yeah,
Barbson. I don't know.
You're gonna get canceled no matter what. So yeah. So what we doing? Okay, we got Judgment Day last time.
Gore Dick.
Gore.
Gore.
We're getting better. We're almost there. We're almost there. Better where we're gonna get with it. All right. So we got Judgment Day X. Basically, what's going on with this book is that the progenitor, which is the space god that Tony Stark made, went crazy, gave a thumbs down, so everybody's got to go. And the book ends with Captain America dying. So this book opens up with Captain America.
Mm-hmm.
So he's sitting there. You see the space guy. He's got the thumb down, like, everybody got to go. You're dead. And they're on the run. And then we get Captain America right here. The thumbs down. So he's talking to this New Yorker named Jada. She's been in the book, but she's just talking. She's basically talking to Captain America. Captain America just, You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I've been trying to inspire people for 100 years. And I thought I was doing a good job of it. I thought for sure we was going to pass this test. And Jay's like, well, I knew we were going to fail, you know. So, but I appreciate you for trying, Cap. She's like, nah, you can call me Steve, you know. So they chopping it up, they having a good time talking, even though, you know, the end of the world is nigh as we know it. And then that's when Nightcrawler pops up, and Nightcrawler like, hey, Captain America, you want to go talk to this space god and, you know, tell him to kiss your ass? He was like, well, Nightcrawler, do you even have the power to get to the North Pole? You're like, of course I don't. That would kill me trying to get there. What do you think I am? A superhero? And he teleports to the North Pole. So there's a power that we didn't even know Nightcrawler had, but apparently Nightcrawler can do it because plot reasons. So yeah. So Captain America is there, and yeah, Nightcrawler teleports out. He's just like, look, you talk to the space god. I talked to Professor X. He has you wired to everybody on the planet. So everything you say to him, everybody on the planet can hear you. Good luck. And he teleports his ass up out of there, you know. So Captain America basically staring down, you know, the space guy like he did Thanos, basically giving the same speech he gave to Thanos in Infinity Gauntlet, like, as long as one Avenger stands, you won't win. I faced down tyrants and bullies like you before, you know. So all the same shit you've heard before. And basically said, and since this whole world can hear me, I want everybody in the world to know you're all Avengers now. And I got 2 words for you: assemble and avenge me. And as soon as he says that, boom, space guy kills him. So Captain America's there, and anybody else that was there also. So that's where we're caught up to where we at right now. So and that's when Nightcrawler gets there. He's like, okay, so did we win? He's like, nah, Captain America's dead, you know. But we pissed them off. And so the only reason everybody's not dead yet is because the space god told the Earth to just kill everybody and just kill yourself. And the Earth's like, no. So he's like, okay, so he's trying to make the Earth kill itself to make everybody go, you know. And Nightcrawler's like, okay, well, whatever plan you got is not going to work. I got my own plan. Soon as y'all plan fail, hit me up and I'll tell you what we're going to do next. You know, so that's what's going on with that. So basically got a plan, and Professor X is still in contact with every single world leader right now. And they're basically asking the X-Men, okay, what's the plan? What are we going to do? And they're like, okay, well, all we can do is just that weakness that space guy have, we rush it again. And they're like, no, you can't rush it. That's how we got killed last time. He's like, no, that thing is real. If we hit it, we can take him out, you know. So, okay, so if we do, so what can the Eternals do? Can the Eternals fight? Like, nah, we can't. If we even get close to the Celestials, we'll start bleeding out of our eyes and shit. And Bishop's like, oh, so you're useless. Okay, cool. And what's the guy's name? The love guy, Eros, Space Star Fox, that guy. He says, look, okay, so we are useless, but since we deactivated our psychic shields, your psychics on the X-Men can basically temporarily take over our brains and make us do whatever they want us to do. So if we just happen to punch a space god, we just do. Like, huh? Okay, so they like Emma Frost and Stephen Cuckoo's like, okay, cool, let's do this. So that's when you get everybody go fight the space gods. You got the Avengers, the X-Men, the Eternals, both Spider-Man, even the Fantastic Four sneak in there some kind of way. All of them in there, so they just rush them all at one time. Oh, and they take all the like the Hex, the guys try to go over Krakoa, those monsters, they're fighting too. All the Step Cuckoos are riding them. And it's so many of them, they actually like make him stone. They actually make him like turn his head like, oh, damn, okay, y'all actually, I felt that shit, you know. And while they're doing all that, they hitting them from like all sides, flanking them and shit, Namor, Exodus. And that's when Thor comes back with ammonia. He's like, oh, you're a god? Oh, I'm a god too. Let's go. And he smashes them, and he's like, oh, I felt that shit. So he actually feels that. But that's like, okay, I'm tired of y'all. I gave y'all a chance, and he just waves his hands, everybody dies. Thor, Phoenix, Eternal, everybody's gone. Fantastic Four, that bathtub they float in, gone. So he's like, I gave you, he's like, I kind of feel bad. He would give y'all a chance to make y'all think y'all could fight me, but oh well. So he goes back to doing what he was doing before. Only person that lives is Tony. He flies the fuck up out of it. He lets Tony live. He can't do shit to me anyways. Just let him go. So and then all the 1%ers on the planet get into a spaceship and try to fly to the next inhabitable planet. He sees them leaving and blows them up. So yeah, so they can't leave. And he's like, so that's what's going on with that. What's going on here? He's about to, you know, blow up the Earth, but the Earth don't want to blow up. Just cut it in. Anyway, they brought some eggs, and the thing is, they brought back Exodus. So some of the people they brought back, but they were very strategic on who they brought back to resurrect. And they're like, you got to bring back Cyclops. If you don't bring back Cyclops, this is heresy. They're like, no, it's just custom. And you can change custom because, yes, Cyclops is our best leader, but we need a better leader than him. And that's when you get Captain America busting out his shield. So they have cloned Captain America. So,
Shit.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. The next book is going to be the last book. I don't even really know. It felt like at this point they're padding it out. It's like they had a story. They're just trying to pad it out as much as possible. There's really no point to it at all. Everybody's dead. I know everybody's going to come back, but yeah, everybody's dead. So I don't know. So yeah, what you got next?
I'll do New Mutants number 30.
New Mutants. Okay. This wasn't an X tie-in, was it?
No. This
Thank
is
God.
their
Okay.
40th anniversary special.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it becomes just it's basically an anthology celebrating 40 years of the New Mutants. And normally I'm not into these like big anniversary books, you know, it's just a bunch of stories and that's what it is. It's just a bunch of stories celebrating these characters.
Is Chris Claremont anywhere near it?
Did he write? Did he write? There was different writers. They had few, you know, different writers, different artists. He might have.
Mm-hmm. Which would be weird if he didn't, you know.
But it basically the main story is, Berto Sunspot he wants to celebrate the anniversary, so they go on to like this space yacht, and basically to have a party. It's the 40th anniversary of the New Mutants. Let's have a party. Let's see, Hickman.
So Hickman wrote a story? Okay.
Maybe. These are just people talking about how much they love him. I'm not sure. But there is a story where it's like drawn in the 80s style, you know, the 80s style back like what's his name? Sienkiewicz, you know, the early 80s style. So yeah, it's just different stories celebrating these characters. The first one is Danny Moonstar and Sunspot. They one time where she lost her necklace, and he goes and fixes it for her. She thought that her necklace was stolen, and it turns out that Berto took it to go get it fixed and stuff, and because they're friends and all that. And there's some foreshadowing of what happens. It's young Danny Moonstar, the demon bear, like is in the back of her mind and stuff. There's a really cool part where she kind of has an anxiety attack in like public.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
right, and then it makes everybody else freak out.
Everybody like, so all these like monsters and giant spiders are crawling all over the buildings and shit. Like, Danny, get yourself together. Like, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then there's a story about Karma. Basically, Karma coming out as being gay. You know, shaving her head, dyeing it pink, and it's basically showing why she looks the way she does now. So there's that, and then there's a story with Warlock and Cypher, and you know, and their friendship. So that's all it is. There's not much happens. It's just celebrating these characters and that the teen drama. I mean, yes, these were the teenage mutants, and they went and fought villains, super villains at points, but it always got into, this was a teen drama. This was 90210, or what's another fucking show? Gossip Girl or Riverdale.
Just throw a rock at any CW show. Yeah.
Any teen drama.
Pretty Little Liars.
Whatever whatever the kids watch these days. iCarly.
The motherfucker's like 40 now, man.
The shit kids watch. You know, that's what this was, only with mutants. And that's all it is these little snippets of teen drama. Only they have superpowers. It was cute. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the anniversary issues because it's just, they're overpriced and they're just the greatest hits. You know?
Right. So Rob Liefeld didn't show up?
Oh, no, but there's a Deadpool story in the back where he's going to be training some of the newer mutants now.
Okay.
And I guess after this it's going to be a new run. New writers, new artists are taking over after this. Attacking your age. Shit. I'm probably older than everybody here.
Let's see. All right. So I guess on me. Let's see what we got. All right. Here's that, Eli. I've been waiting for this book for months. This book I'm going to review next.
Okay.
X-Terminators.
Oh shit! I was going to get this. Damn it.
Yeah, it came out this week. Okay, for people who don't know what X-Terminators is.
Shit. I meant to read this.
Okay, so X-Terminators. Well, let me get me in there. Okay, is the 3 most useless mutants have their own book. You got Jubilee, Dazzler, and Boom Boom. Of course, you see Wolverine up there, but we'll talk about her later on. So yeah, so the 3 most useless X-Men with all the same powers have their own book. They're supposed to be a little bit raunchier and, you know, more adult than the other books. We'll see how it goes from there. So boom, let's go from there. So basically how the book starts off. And no, it's not a X tie-in. This is just a thing. So, mature audience only. Don't worry, it's not. It's not the boys. It's
That's
not
what they
that.
say.
That's
say
right.
that.
They got to put that in there to sell the book, but it's like don't get your hopes up, you know. But the book does start off with a picture of Dazzler's ass, so you know we're getting somewhere. You know, she has a Bluetooth speaker on her side because you don't know Dazzler's powers. Dazzler turns sound into light, so she needs music playing to use her light powers. So she's probably playing. You know, I'm a Beyonce. Let's say she's playing Beyonce. You know. And she's killing a bunch of vampires.
Get ready for this
chili. Yeah, you know she's doing that, you know, because she got to have some to power her light power. So yeah, so she's like, I bet you wonder how I got in the situation. Let me tell you what happened. Blah blah. That whole thing because she's killing vampires. You know, book starts off
vampire. Everybody's fighting vampires these days
because they're easy. It's just vampires. Just throw them in there because they don't even explain where it came from. They just vampires. You know,
because Blade.
Because right, but Blade didn't show up. You know. All right, so we start off 3 weeks ago from that moment she's killing vampires, and she's like basically pissed off with her boyfriend because her boyfriend cheated on her. She's like, I had to keep in your pants for 1 week. I caught you with a chick in my apartment, and she basically throwing all this shit out. She's like, no, I only did that to make me realize how much I really love you, you know. And then you know she sees his vinyls, and she throws the vinyls out. She's like, don't throw my vinyls out. Don't throw my vinyls out. She throws that shit out. Boom. And then he lets you say, you crazy bitch. You know, and so she kicked her boyfriend out. She's like, I need to call my girls because I'm getting over a breakup. And if she calls Jubilation Lee, you know. Now, I have a problem with this. We don't sexualize Jubilee. What are they doing? She's like Annie from Community, you know, but anyway, we're gonna go with that. I mean, that's the rule. You don't sexualize Annie from Community. Same way with Jubilee.
You don't.
I don't. You're not supposed to. That's the rule.
Don't you remember that they had a monkey and they called Annie's boobs?
Annie's boobs, yeah. Oh man. All right. So Dazzler wants to go out, calling Jubilee. Jubilee said, "Call get a +1, get anybody else you want to. Let's go." Boom Boom is just sitting over there drinking beer. She was like, "Okay, I'll finish my beer and then I come out with you." And that's what's going on. So yeah. So they go to the bar, karaoke bar, and Boom Boom is there. She meets them. They already drinking. And she's like, you dumb bitches. And they just throw jokes at each other like that. Like, you know, Boom Boom, what are you wearing? You look like Barbie if she was a porn star, you know, things like that. So they decide to get drunk. Dazzler orders some drinks. And they go up, take shots. And then they start dancing. That's why Dazzler liked this place because she can play her own music. She plays her Fuck Alex dance remix, and they're on the dance floor. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, girly shit, you know. But that's when Boom Boom starts getting sick, and they were like, "Hey, that's what you get for pre-gaming before you came over here." I do appreciate them using the term pre-gaming. Never read it in a comic before. So that's when Dazzler's ex-boyfriend shows up. He takes her phone, breaks it, and turns out he is also a vampire. So yeah. So they just they drug them basically because you're gonna basically came here to kidnap. And they're like, are you gonna fight us? All of us have light powers and you're vampires. You're not that smart. So, but apparently they live where everybody dies except the ex-boyfriend, because the ex-boyfriend's amulet protects him from sunlight and lightning powers. So he can just kick the shit out of them and just take them with them. So that's what they do. All right, so they take them, and Boom Boom wakes up in some kind of sewer surrounded by vampires. So she's just stuck there. And if she moves, the vampire's going to come forward. She feeds the vampire one of her time bombs, blows his head off, you know. Meanwhile, in the war, they got a whole bunch of other ones floating around there. Jubilee is in a roller derby monster truck race rally, something like that, handcuffed. Yeah. They cut the brakes, so, and everybody's chasing after. They just doing a thing. I don't know.
It's a bunch of monster trucks.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of monster trucks. Like, what? Okay, and she just
power.
Right. What was that? Movie Death Race or whatever, you know. And then Dazzler.
Sunday.
What a lovely day! All this shit, yeah. Dazzler also been attacked by vampires, and she runs from them, and she finds some like little alien baby or some shit, you know. And she's like, "Oh, you using that?" She takes the baby. And they run away while the vampires are coming after her. And yeah, Boom Boom realizes that all these monsters, if she does anything, they're gonna come forward. So what she does, she smells the sewage and realizes, oh, it's methane. So instead of just bombing the monsters, just bomb the sewers, just kill everybody. And then she swims away. Meanwhile, Jubilee is still running away from everybody. They're still coming after her. That's when Boom Boom shows up, like, Jubilee, come get me. She jumps in the car and she uses her bomb powers and start shooting everybody else around and stuff while they get away, you know. And she's like, run through the wall. Like, we'll run through the wall, it'll crash. Nah, it won't crash, just go through it. So she goes through it. Dazzler's still running away, and she realized that she needs some sound to kill these monsters. So what she does, she takes the baby and throws the baby in the air while the baby screams. And she uses the scream to power up her lightning powers to kill everybody. So while they're in the monster truck, riding around, they go through each building, shooting everybody, runs over the vampires, you know. And she goes like the biggest time bomb she can, blows another wall up, and they keep going. You know, she catches the baby, everybody's in, and they were like, okay, let's run to the end of the wall, and they crash to the wall, but Boom Boom didn't have a seatbelt on, so she smacks into the wall also. So apparently there's some spectators watching them, just like some kind of, you know, sport they're doing, you know. And that's when Boom Boom stands up, she's like, there's a lot of blood around. Oh, she throws up because she's still drunk and shit, so yeah. And she's like, there's a lot of blood around here. Like, but we didn't cause this blood. So who caused this blood? And that's when they're like, okay, now it's time for you to fight the king, the main person of the ring. And it is, of course, Wolverine, Lar. So I guess you got to fight Lar in the next ring. So to be continued. A little bit wackier than I expected. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad I didn't get it now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I was like, hey, I don't know. It's wacky, man. I thought it was going to be like The Boys, like harder, because that's how they promoted it, you know.
No, yeah, I saw
they're useless. They are useless. But I like them using the baby screen to get the powers. Absolute badass. It's goofy, but I get it. It's a goofy book, you know.
Yeah.
No,
I saw like a review or some headline saying X-Terminators, more like triple X-Terminators. I'm like, really? Okay.
It didn't go that hard. It could have went harder. That's the thing. Like, I feel like the book could have went harder than what it did. You know, if they're trying to make it like that, you know. I think, you know, it does feel like why make a book of these three? I think they may have lost a bet or something, or they just make a bet like, hey, I can make a book out of anything. So let's just see. I'm not done, Eli. I might get book 2 to see. Now here's my thing. I don't want Wolverine in the book. I don't want Laura in the book. She's too cool. I want just these chicks right here just fucking up all day like that. I don't want like a cool person hanging around with them. Just give me these 3 chicks and just see what they do. So that's my thing. So
like the fuck ups. The fuck ups.
Exactly. Laura's too cool, man. Yeah, we don't need no master assassin with them to just fuck up everything. Like, no. Give me Jubilee and Boom Boom and Dazzler. You know. But yeah. But yeah, so what you got?
I'll do Elvira in Horrorland.
Okay.
Number 4. This is number 4.
Okay. Chugging along.
Is it this? Add to stream? How do I do that?
Did you review all these books or?
Oh, that's all I gotta do? Wow.
What you doing?
No, I had it on standby, and then usually I go to share screen, but it already popped up. That's kind of cool.
I saw you fooling with it down there. Yeah, I was like, oh, he's doing something. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's Wow. learning this app. I should learn this app.
Uh,
No, this is I have not reviewed any of these.
Okay.
But last week was Elvira's birthday, Cassandra Peterson's birthday.
Nice. Okay.
And she's, she's like 80 something. I don't know. She's
She's
getting up
been
there.
around forever. Yeah.
She was around when I was a little kid, but she still looks good. So this is Dynamite, from Dynamite, they put out all these hot chick books, and
Vampirella, Betty Page.
Betty Page, yes. So this one's really fun. Elvira, horror hostess. That's where she got her start. She got, hosted horror movies. Then she just became like this horror icon, goofy, comedic, stupid, bad puns and all that, sexual.
She kind of like Mystery Science Theater before Mystery Science Theater, because a lot of those horror movies she was making fun of them too, and it was just funny shit,
Yeah, she made fun of really bad movies, really bad horror movies.
Yeah, so Elvira isn't just a set of tits; she's actually funny. If you
and she has a special place in my heart. She got me through puberty as well. Actually, she's the one who introduced me into the House of Mystery, because I was collecting those. When I started reading those as a kid, she was the one.
Talking about with DC?
DC, House of Mystery.
Those are on DC Universe right now.
Yeah, Elvira House of Mystery. They were like a Tales from the Crypt, and and they'd had pinups in the back of that I admired very much, that I used to study.
You got to remember, porn. We didn't have Pornhub growing up.
Yes.
We had
it was
that,
a struggle.
and we had Linda Carter and Wonder Woman. That was it.
Yes,
you made
y'all
what
kids
you could.
with your internets and your free porn hubs and all that shit. Yeah, the struggle is real. It was like fucking Fellowship of the Ring for us.
We couldn't just Google Harley Quinn twerking back then. We didn't have that option.
When you found it, you guarded it like my precious.
Exactly. Is the original. She's before Joe Bob. Yeah,
even before Joe Bob. Yeah, she was like, it came up in the 70s.
Yeah. Y'all had
young Pam Grier.
Yeah,
we did.
Had young Pam Grier. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Pam Grier put hair on a lot of boys' chests back then.
So I picked this up because this looked really fun. Elvira in Horrorland. Basically, it's a really goofy premise where a magic TV remote sucks her into the movie verse, like another dimension where she's stuck in different horror movies. And each issue, she gets stuck in a different horror movie. The first issue, I think, was Psycho, where she ends up in the movie Psycho, but of course, they don't have the rights.
Right, that's what I was going to say. So they can't say Psycho.
They can't say him, and the Block Motel,
Bates Motel, Norman Bates. Okay.
Yeah, and she has to find, and to escape that universe, she has to find the remote, and the remote is always in the villain's lair. So she has to go in the first issue. She has to go up into the house, into the basement where the mom's corpse is, and she also interacts with the characters in the movie, and because she's seen all these movies, she knows what's going to happen. So she saves Marion from the shower scene and all that. And the second issue was The Shining. She gets stuck in The Shining, and that was my favorite one. That was a good one. The Shining issue, where she shows up and Jack Torrance, the Jack Nicholson character shows up.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, he sees her. He's like, "Oh shit. Are you one of these weird hot ghost ladies who end up turning into rotten corpses and shit? I had fallen for this trick again," because of the bathtub scene where,
Right.
And then Wendy shows up, like, "What's going on? I don't know who this chick is." It's like, "I thought she was that one rotten old lady from the bathtub," and she's like, "Woo!" And there was this just funny scene. It was actually made me laugh a lot. And then the third book, it's Alien. She's on the spaceship and she's, trying to get away from the alien. So this is number 4. She gets sucked into the original Nightmare on Elm Street. And these books are just a parody of these movies. she gets stuck. She's fighting. His name ain't Freddy. I think it's Teddy.
Okay.
She fights him. Then she gets through all the sequels, and she's trying to find the villain's lair. Well, she ends up getting stuck. She ends up finding Wes Craven. I think his name is Les, though. And she goes into the New Nightmare. Now, remember Wes Craven's New Nightmare?
Right, New Nightmare, where it was like it was real, but it was still in the dream, or like it was set. Yeah,
it was very Deadpoolish. It was breaking fourth wall. It was totally referencing, very meta referencing. Basically, what he did better in Scream.
Scream, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
which one came first? Because I think that came first. Didn't it?
New Nightmare
came first. Yeah.
And horror, that's a divisive movie. Some horror fans think it's a masterpiece because
no, New Nightmare was great. I love that movie.
Oh, really? Because I did not like it.
Oh man, I love New Nightmare. That was a great movie. Just the concept of it.
Yes. But he does it better in Scream, where as far as making a parody of the horror genre. You know. So, anyways, in this one, she finds out that the main villain is Wes Craven. Because he's the one who invented Freddy and shit.
Right.
He has to get the remote. She ends up finding the remote, but then what's his face shows up from fucking Loki. The time guy. What do they call the time bureau?
The TVA time variance, whatever. Yeah. Oh, Mobius.
No, the dude. What's his name?
Owen Wilson. Yeah,
Owen
Mobius.
Wilson. He shows up.
Mobius.
Okay, he shows up. And he tells her that she's been fucking up the time stream. and then she's like,
does he have the mustache and everything?
Yeah, he's got the mustache. He's got the
suit. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, you've been fucking everything up. You've been going in and changing these movies. And these movies have all been culture, are part of pop culture and part of people's lives. And they've grown up being influenced by them. So you're now changing these movies. Now you're changing the whole, time stream. So you're going to have to go back and fix it. So she clicks on the remote and then she ends up in The Fly, the movie The Fly from David Cronenberg's The Fly. So that's going to be the next issue.
Okay. Jeff Goldblum.
And so again, these are just stupid, campy fun. And I'm loving it. Being a horror fan, I'm just loving this, this goofy, stupid book. And it's Elvira, And like I said, it was her birthday last week. And shit, she still looks good. Like, here's one of the variant covers of just her. And what is she like? What is she? Ain't she like 90?
Blow you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilf.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a 4 out of 5.
Awesome. Okay. Last book I'm going to do. Technically a horror book, but not really a horror book. Tom Taylor book. Tom Taylor, y'all.
I thought Son of Kal-El came out.
Like, so not this week. I think it's next week. But yeah, Deceased War of the Gods 2. They're supposed to be the last last series of his Deceased storylines. They're supposed to wrap up the whole thing. What do we got going on with this? Nope, that wasn't it. All right, so last time we left off, basically the new gods are all dead. What happened? Yeah, Brainiac was like ripped in half, and they found Brainiac, and now they're trying to rescue everybody. So that's where we're at. Let's get there. All right. So, and Sinestro's uncovered. It's kind of a Sinestro book. Well, this issue is a Sinestro issue. So we get to
Zombie Sinestro.
We'll get to it. All right. So you got Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. Like I said, Big Barda was a zombie for the last 5 years, and they found a cure for the zombieism, for the anti-life, whatever like that. They gave it to her, so now she's good. So since she's good, they're gonna go to her son Jacob. Who they left on New Genesis, like in the Celestial City. It's an Easter egg. Jacob, of course, means is for Jacob Kurtzberg, who was Jack Kirby, who created the new gods, Mr. Miracle and Big Barda. So it's all, little thing Tom Taylor put in there. But they get to Supertown, they get to New Genesis, completely wrecked, completely fucked up. They're like, who the hell did this to New Genesis? The cities of the gods, and all they see is just this portal that's open, this black portal that's open. And Barda's like, well, I'm going to that portal to get my son back. And, Scott Free's telling her, like, don't do that. Don't go through there. Like, no, I'm going to get my son. And she sticks her hand through it. And that's when you hear stop. and it turns out it's the black racer who gets her. And not only that, I don't know if you can see it right here, her hand has been eaten by the portal. So if she would have went through that, would have been her also. So the black racer is the new god of death, and he saved her from going through it. You know, yeah, he's just like, don't worry, her hand will be fine. She's a new god. So he's like, so what the hell is that over there? He basically telling them what's going on. Okay, yeah. So what happened is Darkseid happened. He's like, Darkseid's dead. Like he is, but he isn't. He's a zombie. The anti-life ate Darkseid, and it now controls Darkseid, and Darkseid is spreading the anti-life throughout the universe, basically turning everybody into zombies. So every new god is a zombie right now, you know, except me, because I'm already dead anyway, so it don't really matter. And Darkseid is on the other side of the portal. They're like, what's on the other side of the portal? And only people that can go through that portal is either got to be living, no, you got to be unliving, or you got to be dead, basically a zombie, you know. And on the other side of the portal is Darkseid just fucking up everything on planet Kurragar. Now, for those that, you know, are up to date on your DC lore, you know what Kurragar is. Kurragar is the planet of Sinestro. That's his home planet, you know. And they're just trying to stop the new gods. Orion just ripping through people. And Sinestro apparently has control of Warworld. How he got control of Warworld, I have no idea. I kind of don't even really care. He's got Warworld. And he hears that Kurragar, his home planet, is in trouble. So like, okay, we need to go to Warworld and fuck some shit up. Like, let's go. And that's when you get another little side story. Brainiac basically telling me, you need to trust me. I don't trust you because you're super villain. He like, you got to trust me. Matter of fact, for goodwill, here's Kandor. You know, because if you don't stop, you know, the new guys from trying to write everything, they're going to destroy the universe. The anti-life take over everything. You know, pretty much all you need to know about that. That's the Brainiac thing, probably be a thing later on. And Gygar to get some shit, but that's about it. You know, back to the new gods. Okay, so we got Sinestro with the Warworld with his Yellow Lantern Corps, and they decide to bomb Kurragar, you know, like to get rid of the new gods. But before they even get there, they get stopped by Kyle Rayner and Sinestro's daughter. They're like, what the hell are you doing? You just try to bomb your own planet? They're like, nah, I know you think I'm a bad guy, but this ain't what you think. Darkseid's down there. They're like, what do you mean Darkseid's down there? Yes, Darkseid's down there right now, tearing apart the planet. So we need to get there. But before they get there, Supergirl, who's also a zombie that got eaten last issue, has the mother box, which is also a zombie. So she has a zombie mother box. She goes right past everybody, right to Warworld, and shoves the mother box inside of the Warworld, basically turning the Warworld, which the most destructive weapon in comics, now is a zombie. So now you have a zombie nuclear planet, and it's just like blowing apart everybody, you know. And that's when they're like, okay, what the fuck is going on here? They're like, Darkseid is coming. And they turn around, Darkseid is there looking at them, you know, just destroying everything around him because Warworld is fucking up everything. So Sinestro and his daughter try to like blast Darkseid, and he just standing there like nonchalantly with his Omega beams, like, yeah, y'all gotta come harder than that, you know. But before they can do anything, Supergirl smacks the shit out of them, you know. And when they look around, that's when Darkseid has Sinestro, and Sinestro is like telling his daughter, get out of here, go find anybody you can to help them, let them know what's going on. And Darkseid rips Sinestro's head off, clean off his body, you know. And they're like, yeah, we need to get the fuck up out of here. We have Darkseid, Orion, Supergirl, and the Warworld all against us. So they basically like Green Lantern teleport out of there. And since anytime like a lantern dies, you know, it searches for the next worthy person for them. So Sinestro ring flies off his hand and looks for a person that can install fear. And the most fearful person they can find is Darkseid. It goes right to Darkseid. You can instill fear. I choose you. And Darkseid takes the Yellow Lantern ring and becomes a Yellow Lantern Darkseid. So you have Yellow Lantern zombie Darkseid with Supergirl and zombie Warworld in his, yeah, to be continued. So yeah, everybody's fucked. I don't know how you can stop anything like that. That's just pretty much the most insane shit you can think of. But that's Tom Taylor for you. He gonna find a way, and they'll probably find a way to beat it. So I don't know. Yeah.
Just so, crisis it way out of
it. It's another, yeah, just not, that's too easy. Tom Taylor will think his way out of it, but I don't know how the fuck you'll get out of that shit. But yeah. So That's all I got. What you got next?
The last one I got is Creepshow #1.
Creepshow #1. Let's do it to it.
This is a Creepshow comic book. Now Creepshow is based on the movie Creepshow back in the early 80s, written by Stephen King and George Romero, the guy who made all the zombie movies, who invented the modern day zombie, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. They collaborated and made a movie, in my opinion, one of the best comic book movies ever made. Totally paying homage to the old EC comics, Tales from the Crypt, Creepy, Vault of Horror, that type of stuff.
Who DC partnered with the government to put them out of business, but that's another thing. But
yeah. And it basically, it's an anthology movie, but it uses comic book aesthetics, the actual like panels and word bubbles and all that stuff that into the Spider-Verse uses, actual taking comic book art and putting it into film cinematic form, and it's one of my all-time favorite horror movies. It's a horror classic. And there was a comic book graphic novel adaptation that came out. I believe Len Wein did the art.
Well, he writes, but yeah.
Oh,
he wrote, but yeah.
Bernie Wright. Maybe it was Bernie Wright.
Bernie Wright. Yeah, he did the Swamp Thing back then. He was like the guy.
Yeah,
that did his horror books.
But I think Len Wein might have helped write. Maybe they collaborated. But I think it was Bernie Wright who, or Bernie Wrightson. What's his name? Bernie Wrightson. Bernie
Wrightson. I think that's what it was. Yeah, because I remember he used to do Swamp Thing. But yeah.
Yeah, I think he's
and those House of Mystery books too.
Yeah, he's the one who did the art, I believe. Don't quote me. I should know this, but yeah, they did a comic book adaptation of the movie. But there's never been a Creepshow comic book because it was just an homage to EC Comics. Well, Image and Greg Nicotero, the guy who does all the special effects, K&B, effects group. He now directs Walking Dead episodes, and he actually relaunched the Creepshow TV series on Shudder. He's relaunched the comic book, and he even said, before we had streaming, before we had Stephen King, before we had a lot of shit, we had comic books. And I thought that was pretty cool. And he just talks about his love of horror. So he was excited to actually make a Creepshow comic book. And this is basically, yes, it's anthology horror tales, taking tribute to old horror comics like Vault of Horror, Tales from the Crypt. 2 stories in this one. One's written by Paul Dini, and the other one's written by Chris Burnham. The first one is about these kids trick-or-treating on Halloween night. There's they get to a house that's supposedly haunted by a old asshole who was killed, who was basically a dick and died or whatever. And it's a big bowl of candy on the porch, and it says, "Take one." Well, of course, these kids take them all and take off, but then the zombie guy comes after them and starts killing them and shit. Thought that was pretty fun. Then the second story, written by Paul Dini and Stephen Langford, is about a birthday party where the parents they hire this not a clown. They're trying to hire like a birthday entertainer, and they hire this person and they think it's a person in some weird monster suit, like a furry, and then the furry starts eating all the kids. and shit like this. So it's just fun, campy horror stories, and it is updated. It is in modern times. There's swearing in it. There's stuff that would be controversial. Where people,
Image can, unlike X-Terminator, Image can go hard. They do whatever they want. So.
This book is not PC, so there's probably moments of like, oh my god, this is so sexist and misogynistic, and the PC police would be like, but fuck it, I don't give a shit. It's fun. I enjoyed it. Art was cool. I enjoyed it more than the show. Like I had Shudder for a while. I did watch the Creepshow TV series. It was hit or miss. Every season had a banger. You know, my favorite episode is probably the one. It was like Bob Ross versus the Evil Dead. It was like,
okay,
yeah, it was like a Bob Ross type of character. Like he had a cable access show, and he was paid, and he had that really deep, soothing voice, and he's painting these happy little trees. And then the evil, like, bunch of deadites show up, and he turns out he's like a Vietnam vet and kicks all this ass and shit. That was probably the best episode of that Creepshow TV series. There's also one about Nazi werewolves and shit. That was dope too. But it's hit or miss. It was an okay show. But this was a lot of fun. A comic book based on a movie that was based on comic books. So 4 out of 5, you know.
Cool.
And that's it.
Jake got one more question on there, which can y'all talk about the G4 layouts? Crazy to think how fast everything's happening. Okay, let's talk about G4 layouts. I actually was going to put this as a topic, but I didn't really know how deep I wanted to go into it. Just my quick thoughts of the G4 layouts. I want everybody to stop blaming Frost for that shit. It wasn't Frost's fault. I know people, because she said some shit about feminism, and if you don't like it because I'm a woman and because I don't look like Olivia Munn, people are saying that I look like this, you know. It's not her fault. G4's okay, so G4.
Yeah.
G4 came back. They on YouTube. Was a big thing. One get a lot of hits. The woman writer, like I said, she's the lesbian, whatever like that. She got harassed all the time, stuff like that, because you know we all want our women reporters to look like super hot and shit like that. We want Olivia Munn, you know, we want this like that. She complained about that. Said if you don't like it, don't watch it. Turn away from me, and basically said you all suck, you idiots and stuff like that. And of course, you know, that side started attacking G4, started aiming their sights on, you know, the usual crowd, you know. So the moment G4 went under, they was pouncing. They were like, oh, because of this, because of that. It wasn't her fault. G4, like the writing on the wall for G4 was way before that shit came. The thing about G4 is that their model is outdated. Their model was already outdated before they even came there. When they first went under, what, like 808, 09, shit like that, they were old then. The reason they went under was because of this, not us.
Because everybody's doing what they're doing. Yeah.
Everybody's doing what they're doing. Like me, you, us, we all put them out of business because you don't have to wait for them to put news out. You don't have to wait for them to give you news a week from now or a month from now. We can just stream shit. And we can talk about exactly what we're talking about right now. You want to talk about a game? I can stream a shit and tell you everything about the game right now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, like I said, you got people with YouTube video game channels doing way bigger channels than they did back on TV, getting paid for it. They even poach like some other YouTubers, like the Completionists. They got him over there. So you're like bringing over YouTubers
and celebrities. Yeah. And their streams are like hours, man. I've caught a few of them. I've watched some of their shit, and
like they don't get to the point. They're still doing the old TV format.
Yeah, and there's like hours and hours of just kind of dumb internet stuff.
What they got to understand is that we don't have ADHD. We don't have time for all that shit. Get to the fucking point. So if you're talking about, and then on top of that, they don't even play the games they're talking about. So like Adam Sessler, he like, I'm too lazy to play this shit. I got one of my editors to play it, and I'm like, no, that ain't good enough, baby. If you're too old, get your ass up out of there. Get somebody younger in there that can do this shit. So we want to hear the opinion of the guy that played that shit, not you repeating something else he played just because you twisting the shit. I can do that shit also. So that's the problem with G4, is that they had an outdated model. That's what put them under the first time. That's what put them under now. It ain't because they woke. It ain't because, because Frost said some shit that put them under, That's just the nature of the business. They didn't adapt with the times. So
yeah, it was fun for a while. Like, oh yeah,
it was fun before the internet, before YouTube
Olivia Munn ain't on it, but what's her face was that one? I can't remember her name. But
Sarah Underwood, I think they had like a bunch of Playboy bunnies come after.
Yeah, but it was like like some of their streams are just hours long, of where they're like doing shit that they do on like ridiculousness or whatever, where they just let's watch viral videos that everybody's seen 1,000 times on TikTok, and let's all vote on how cool it is or whatever. Yeah, right. It is like, or I can just go on my own phone. Yeah,
right. They didn't adapt to the model, and the model passed them by. That's what happened. That's what put them under. So
yeah,
I saw the writing with G4 the moment they came. I'm like, why are you even back? What'd you come back for? Like you died for a reason.
Nostalgia, basically.
Yeah, that nostalgia shit only works for so long. But like I said, they went out of business. The same thing that killed them last time killed them now. Everybody wants to blame Frost. It ain't Frost's fault. So that's all I gotta say about that. Adam Sessler, I'm sorry, he's too old for this shit now. If he's saying he can't play the game and he don't have the patience to play the games all the way through, but still want to give an opinion on the game, I don't want to hear your opinion on the game you didn't play. I don't care. That's why I don't listen to IGN or GameSpot, none of this shit like that. Because I want to get to the source. Give me Angry Joe. Give me Maximilian Dude. Give me guys that's on the ground level playing this shit. You know, those are the people I want to hear opinion from. Because first off, I know that I'm not gonna get into it. I'm starting to rant. I'm not gonna rant. I'll save it for another day.
Oh, Kevin Piera left Attack of the Show. See, I don't even know, man.
Yeah, like a long time ago. Like this didn't even, you know, because of course Olivia Munn didn't come back. So yeah, he came back. He's like, fuck this, I'm out too. So yeah.
Yeah, she showed up like for that reunion thing, like was it Thanksgiving or because I did watch that reunion shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just cool to just like reminisce, and they had Morgan Webb and all that.
And like I said, I never really had a nostalgia for G4. Like even when they came on, I was like, what are you giving me? That honestly, IGN was putting them under by then, because IGN when actually were pretty good at the time. Yeah. Everyone was doing the same shit, but they were doing it like way faster. They wasn't waiting a month now or a week now because they didn't have to wait for sponsors and they just put the shit out. Boom.
Yeah. And like I said, like I said, their videos are like the hours and hours long. Like like IGN or even Nerdist. 5-10-minute clips of whatever, you know what I mean?
Right. They revolutionized the game with that. They give you what you want, you move on.
Because like you said, it's the internet. We have short attention spans, and yes, they invented what we all do now. They invented the internet and the shittiness of the internet. Internet.
Everybody's got asshole opinions now, but
now jump on and talk shit and piss everybody off.
But that's a good thing because, like I said, you can tell that G4 can only say certain things because they have corporate sponsors. So they just can't wild out and just say crazy ass shit anytime they want.
But people were always commenting. You know, people could get on Attack of the Show and comment and talk shit, and you know, and like I said, led to the toxic internet environment that we all love now.
Yeah, they're just getting worse and worse, and
so it's all there. Well, maybe they should go under. They started this.
Right.
It's all their fault.
Look at your handiwork, you know. World just burning and shit, you know. Oh man, we should have made that a topic. I don't know why we didn't make it a topic.
I heard rumblings, but I didn't pay. I've been busy.
And that's why they went under, because we didn't give a shit that they were going under.
Yes. No, I just thought
because technically they haven't gone under yet. They just doing a bunch of layoffs, but the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, when you said it's not because of what Frost said, I was like, oh, what happened? Like I didn't know about any of this shit.
Yeah, it's easy. That honestly, that's the biggest thing that came out of G4's thing when she went on her whole rant about, yes, I'm not hot like Olivia Munn, but if you don't like it, stop watching. And then that's when they kind of just blew up. And yeah, it's because basically every comment they got after that was just that, you know. So I don't know.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, like I said, shorten your videos, man. Shorten your videos. Don't sit here for an hour and a half like us.
Right. Not to be fair, because I know we sound like don't be like us. That's why I cut down like reels and TikToks and minute long videos, because I know people ain't gonna watch this shit. I already know.
Yeah.
Because whenever I post that shit on like the timeline stuff like that, people act like it's the first time they ever seen it. Like, okay. Even though you said you watch everything we do, but okay. All right.
Yeah. Shout out to my boss.
Now my boss
and Jake
and Jake. Yeah.
Fat T.
Yeah, we do got some Fat T.
Yeah.
Vic, shout out to Vic.
Yeah.
Who else? I don't want to shout out because I know we're gonna forget. I know we're gonna forget somebody. That's why I try not to shout out people. Janae, you know that because there's a bunch of people that do rock with us. You know.
Yeah. Thanks to you all.
Yeah. If I missed you, blame my head, not my heart. You know. But yeah, because I know there's some people that do rock with us. So yeah. Like I said, next week we will be in the middle of October, and Eli, this is gonna be just all you, just all month. I'm gonna here for Eli, and that's okay. That is okay.
I try. I'm only here for you, Jake.
Right. Should I be playing like? Should I leave and give y'all a room or something? You know, I'm feeling uncomfortable.
So let me do my hair, Jake's
right. Nobody's watching you eat cat food. What? Shout out to Cat food. I don't know. I don't know who the hell you are, but I appreciate you for listening.
Is that Cliff?
That's not Cliff. That is not Cliff.
They actually made up a fucking. Did they just make up a profile?
I don't think they made a profile. I think there's somebody. I'm going to research you because you know I can find out who you are. I'm going to research you after the show is over. You know,
like fuck these guys. I'm going to leave.
I have a particular set of skills.
I don't leave my real name.
Right. Oh man.
Hey,
like
cat food might be good if you mix it with NyQuil.
Don't kill our listeners, Eli. We ain't got enough as it is already. Oh man. But like I said, next month, all October, all Eli, all the time. Jake, there you go. I will be over here smoking a cigarette, doing my taxes.
I'll try my best. I will be unpacking. I'll see what I can. I haven't been able to see shit. I'm slowly watching shit, but I'll try. I'll do what I can.
Fuck it. We'll do a live reaction on whatever horror movie's out next. Shit. Until then,
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
No, fuck no.
Live commentary.
Fuck, I won't be here. You do that shit. Right. Oh shit. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.
Yeah, you old pussy ass, cake ass, punk ass, trick ass, suck ass, fuck ass, dick in the boot ass, KY jelly packing ass. Nigga, you better get your bitch ass up off the street, nigga. You got 5 seconds to get your hating ass up out here because there's some trill ass niggas in this motherfucker.
Yeah, nigga, y'all know the motherfucking scope. Y'all non-snorters, non-smokers, non-sippers. Get the fuck up out of here, bitch.
Nigga, some sipping ass, pouring up ass, smoking ass, getting high ass niggas in here 3-6. UGK, nigga, we putting it down in this motherfucker.
And we ain't playing with you. Y'all know the motherfucking scope, ho.
Now pull it up, nigga.
Dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some 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 scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some
I'm real, working the wheel. A pimp, not a simp. Keep the dope fiends higher than the Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine poisoning. Fuck niggas make me sick with all that pinching and bargaining. You say that you a boss, I ain't believing that shit. You got the funny Geneva watch with the Ferrari kit. Take that monkey shit off, you embarrassing us. I got the red promethazine, thick orange and yellow tusk. Hydrocodone down on the hands-free phone. The 84 chrome on them blades, 20-inch chrome. If you got 16, you can get a blizzard. I'm choking on that Doja sweet and sipping on that scissor.
Some niggas scared to flown it. Some niggas they want it. Some niggas they joan it. But I be fucked up upon it. Roll with the Mafia 6, and we ain't bout that bullshit. If we gon' get high, we gon' get high, and we gon' house a bitch. 2 niggas all at the mouth, 2 niggas all at the ass, and plus that surf pepper nigga dick hard on that, and she cool with that. She popped a pill of X and drank on some orange juice, and just when you thought she was freaking, she done got super loose. Niggas coming by 3s and deuce, all in circles like Dr. Goose. All it want it can phone it. She on that X and the tootie fruit. $40 for just 1 ounce plus an X. It's how it's pronounced. Niggas sipping and dipping and tripping, man. I'm about all out. Dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some
People always asking me, Mr. 3-6 high on that. Rolling on them X pills, stuttering, pop powder packs. What a weed that? Ain't like that, we need that. NyQuil will slow me down, something that keep me easy. Nothing like that yellow better. Hey, you itching, man. Talking like, what's up, fool? Vocal cords sounding lame. In my days, all we did was cheap out on a £1/4. Gone on coke, eyes are buck. This should've knocked it down, knock you out, make you fall asleep. When you're on them wheels, ain't no doubt. Hit me when I beat for this refill. Once again, on my weekly high, gotta have that drink. Yeah, my nigga, you know I feel like I'm gon' fucking bang.
Nigga, tell me what you know about Frank Nito or Young Guido. Paul and Vito, we play a tune that's sweeter than Pedito. With my 3-6 niggas pulling up in my southern credo. Quick, fast, we'll put it on your ass like John Vito. Cause you frontin' rap singers, be creaming like a zanger. You ain't from the manger, boy, but you get the middle finger. Danger, rum drinker, occasionally take your bitch to the tilly and be a dick and come slanger. When Big Bun come, danger, nigga, ring your alarm. Sexy thing on my arm, cup of drink in my palm. And that crazy shit, I'm tripping on some skinny bitches, something that's wholesome. Florida the foursome for the most, I'm steady sipping on some, sipping on some scissor. Dipping on some, dipping on some scissor. Dipping on some, dipping on some scissor. Dipping on some, dipping on some scissor. Dipping on some.